In this episode, Android versus iPhone, WebM changes, and 10 Linux humor illustrations. QuickSurf Internet Media presents Linux News Log, separating the Linux and open source signal from the noise. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm your host Adrian, coming to you almost live from lovely Phoenix, Arizona, here in Studio C1 at QuickSurf Internet Media. Linux News Log is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Do feel free to head on over to techpodcast.com, and you'll certainly find other technology-related shows over there as well. Let's go ahead and get into the stories for Season 10, Episode 18. From PC World, I have a story here, Android versus iPhone, 5 battlefields. Basically, this is a comparison between the two devices. There's a lot of people who love Android phones, and obviously there's a lot of people who love iPhones, and so it really boils down to what are the differences between the two. This goes through and starts off comparing the actual devices themselves, sales and market penetration, what carriers you can get each device on, what operating system, the App Store, and basically boils it down to a winner for each of those categories. I thought it was a pretty interesting read and thought I'd share it with everyone here. Let's talk about our sponsor for this episode, GoToAssist Express. If you provide technical support to clients, colleagues, friends, or family, have you found an easy, cost-effective way of supporting them without being there in person? The best way for me to provide technical support is to do it online with GoToAssist Express. I've been able to help friends learn how to use new software and fix family computer problems without being there in person. GoToAssist Express lets you easily view and control any other computer online so you can quickly resolve technical issues. Whether you're in customer support, technical consulting, or management, or just a computer guru, GoToAssist Express will help you increase revenue, reduce travel and support time, and service more clients. It's brought to you by Citrix, so you know GoToAssist Express will be easy and secure. My listeners can try GoToAssist Express free for 30 days. For this special offer, visit gotoassist.com/techpodcast. I repeat, my listeners can try GoToAssist Express free for 30 days. For this special offer, visit gotoassist.com/techpodcast. From Electronista, Gadgets for Geeks, there's a story here. Flock drops Firefox engine for Chromium. The Mozilla Firefox-based Flock browser is now available in a Flock 3 beta build that drops Firefox roots in favor of Google's Chromium and its WebKit engine. As one would expect, the new browser is much different from the original, while the latest Flock browser is currently only available for Windows. A Mac beta is due in July, which I would hope so, considering that Chromium uses WebKit, which is really an Apple technology, but, that's okay. Anyway, so this will be kind of interesting. The really interesting part is that they're actually dropping in, they're switching between, this is the weird thing, they're switching between open source engines. Okay, they're going from Mozilla's Firefox-based engine to Chromium, which is Google's based engine. They're both open source, so the little competition going on there, I think. Yeah. From cnetnews.com, there's a story here. Under the deep text section, Google opens up VP8 for web video tweaks. Now, we've previously talked about the WebM format that Google has recently announced. Well, they are working on significant changes already. It's barely even been a month since they've announced it. VP8, combined with the Vorbis audio technology, form the WebM codec with which Google is trying to unfetter web video from the patent and royalty encumbrances of rival codec H.264, which, contrary to what everybody thinks, is not freely available. You do have to license it. To make WebM a stronger competitor, Google is beginning to work not just on ways to speed up encoding and decoding of the VP8, but also deeper changes to the format itself. So now the way they're doing it is they've made another branch for test. So you've still got the main original release that they've done, and then the test will at some point hopefully be merged back into the main branch with hardware support and, you know, software encoders and decoders and all that good stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how it all comes together, but they're making changes to it. So let's follow and see what they do. From the Register, there's a story here. Opera pushes out a 10.6 preview, and what they're supporting with this new version is support for WebM and HTML5 offline web apps. So this will be the next major milestone for Linux and BSD users as well, since Opera is skipping an official 10.5 release for those platforms. So it'd be pretty cool. Who knew? Opera on Linux and FreeBSD? Awesome. Just one more browser to play with. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. WebM support, you know, is always good. From PC World, there's this this post I ran across that's called Linux for Laughs, 10 Great Illustrations of Linux Humor. You got to check this out. This is hilarious. They have awesome stuff like Linux Your Grandma Can Do, and it shows a penguin sitting next to an old lady on this Victorian-style couch. They have a Think Linux where you've basically got the Apple logo with a penguin in it and another, you know, logo where a penguin's chomping down on an apple. This is really awesome stuff. Birds in Black. I mean, come on. My favorite, though, is you know, the Kill Bill movies from Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Well, there's a poster called Kill Bill, and it's the penguin dressed like the Kill Bill character in the movie with a sword. And, you know, the reference is obvious. Kill Bill is in Bill Gates, right? So, yeah, it's great. Check it out. From the Register, there's a story, Ubuntu versus iTunes, the music playoff for Applephobes. Now, this is kind of a comparison. It starts off, best of Linux with Ubuntu 10.04. Canonical delivered a good-looking Linux distro that just works. Mark Shuttleworth's outfit has put together an impressive user interface to solve its famous bug number 1, luring people away from Windows. But good looks and great hardware support are just the beginning. If Ubuntu really wants to help people escape Windows, it's going to need to offer the whole package. Great Linux applications to replace and improve on the apps Windows users are accustomed to using. One of those is iTunes, and that's where this comes in. So what this is really comparing is Windows iTunes as opposed to Rhythmbox, Banshee, and Deem, you know, all the good stuff. So definitely check it out if you're looking to get into Linux. I highly recommend Ubuntu. It's my favorite distribution. I've used Ubuntu on actual hardware and in virtual machines for quite some time. It's good stuff. Definitely check it out. That'll pretty much do it for this edition of Linux News Log. As always, I thank you for watching and listening. You can visit us on the web, linux.quicksurf.com. Everything we've talked about is linked up in the show notes, so head on over there. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Adrian_Bacon, and every other avenue of contacting me is also available in the show notes. And with that, I will see all of you on the next episode. See you then. Bye.